Hello, everyone. Welcome to an APH Virtual Excel Academy. Today is friend goals, recognizing and becoming a good friend. We are so glad to have you with us today. Feel free to say hi in the chat. Hello, Donnie. We love having you with us. Again, welcome to an APH Virtual Excel Academy. Today's session is built for students who are kind of younger, meant for our elementary age kiddos. Hello, glad to have you. If you're a teacher with a group of students, welcome as well. Welcome to an APH Virtual Excel Academy. This is Friend Goals, recognizing and becoming a good friend. And our instructor today is Corina Lopes. Hi, Corina.
Hi.
I'm going to turn this crew over to you.
Great. Thank you. Hi, everyone. Excuse me. Did not mean to cough at the beginning of our presentation. So, as you've heard, you are here at the friendship course, how to recognize and be a good friend. Now, we hear the word friend a lot. When we're on Facebook, when people talk about social media, they say, oh, friend me. What they really mean is connect with me. Sometimes when we move into a new classroom, the teachers might say, hello, friends. Here is someone new today. But are they really your friends? Or are they people you hope will become your friends and see you as a friend? Friend has a lot of layers, and although we all kind of innately know what it might mean to be a friend or to want a friend, friendship takes work. Fun work, a lot of fun work, but it still takes work. And we have to figure out who the different types of people are in our lives and how they relate to us. What type of level of friendship we have with them. And there are many types of levels. We're going to explore all of that today. So before we move on, I want to show you, there's this book, How to Behave and Why. I'm going to repeat that. How to Behave and Why by the author Monroe Leaf. If any of you are familiar with the story of Ferdinand the Bull, he's the same author. I was reading this book the other day, and it made me consider some points of friendship that we are going to look into during our presentation today. And I'm going to reference it, and we'll have some story time. I'm going to read to you as well. Let's jump into the presentation. So at the beginning, I was talking about friend, levels of friend, who is a friend, who is not, how to be a friend, so the work that friendship takes. But let's have a definition here. Let's pause. I want you to think in your mind, when I say the word friend, what do you think about? Close your eyes. When I say the word friend, what do you think about? All right. A person? Maybe your dog or your cat. What feelings do you think about when I say the word friend? What feelings? Comfort? Fun? Joy? Sometimes we might even feel loneliness or upset. We can get upset with people that we thought were our friends, and they can be upset with us. So lots of emotions are involved with friend because it is a relationship. So what type of relationship is that? Let's see. On this slide before us, we have an image of two stick figure drawings, very rudimentary or crude drawings of two people, one dressed in a bright yellow, one dressed in blue, and they have their arm around each other, kind of giving like a half hug, and they are smiling, and one looks like they're going to talk. So I chose this image because that's a good image of friendship where both people are being respected, even if they might look or act a little differently than the other. And they're trying to connect with one another. That arm around each other, that is connection, that is support. And our friends should make us smile, and we should try and make our friends smile. So, the definition of friend. Are you ready? I'm going to say it now. I'm going to read it. A friend is someone who you know well and feel comfortable talking or spending time with. So there's a couple components. Let's break it down. A friend is someone who you know well. What does it mean to know somebody well? We're going to get into that. It's someone that you feel comfortable talking to. What does that mean? We'll get into that as well. Also, someone that you feel comfortable spending time with. So, do you want to only spend 5 minutes with this person and that's it and never again? Is that a friend? Or someone that you wouldn't mind meeting again the next day or the week after that, or spending a whole Saturday for 6 hours just together. Okay? So there are 4 components. You have to know the person well. You have to feel comfortable sharing your emotions, sharing your thoughts, and you have to want to spend time with them. And the 4th component is it's a physical person. Okay? We are going to move on. So here is a question, and I really want you to think seriously about this. Is everyone in your life a friend? Is everyone in your life a friend? Based on the definition that we just made about a friend being someone who physically exists, who makes you feel comfortable in talking and sharing, and that you want to spend time with, can everyone you meet in your life be a friend? Everyone has a potential to become a friend, but not everyone starts off as a friend. So in the English language, we come up with different names for these people that we meet in our lives, especially the ones that we bump into most. There are many types of relationships in our lives. Some overlap, okay, and some do not. They stay separate. And that is okay. That is okay. Here are the main relationships you will find socially, that you will interact with. Everyone is born into a family. So that's our first relationship. You were born into a family, or you're adopted into a family, but you become in one way or another part of a family group. So family is that first relationship. Number 2 is friendship. These are the people that you choose to spend your time with. And the third relationship, acquaintances. This is a big word, so let's say it together. On the count of 3, we're going to say it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Acquaintances. Very good. Good job, everyone. So our 3 main relationships are family, friends, and acquaintances. What is the difference? Let's find out. Family, as I had mentioned, are the people with whom you share genetic material, right? You're built a certain way because you've got parts from your parents and grandparents, etc., or who raise and provide for you. Sometimes our biological family is the family that we grow with, and sometimes they are not, and that is okay. Friends are the people you meet and choose to bond with. This next part's important. Friendships usually form over a long period of time, meaning more than a day and more than a week, and usually more than a month. But what about all those in-between people that you get along with that day at lunch? Perhaps you met someone new at lunch. You want to spend lunch with them again tomorrow or go to recess and play with them. Is that person a friend? Might be. They might become a friend. That person is an acquaintance. It's people you know, but don't have a strong emotional connection with yet. But acquaintances can still be friendly, and they have the potential to grow into friendships. If they don't grow into friendships, that's okay too. We're still friendly, and for that short amount of space and time, we're all good. Okay, I right now am going to stop sharing and I'm going to check into our chats really quick to see if anyone has any questions. Hold on. So Donnie said that his definition of friendship is somebody who cares about you. Correct. I agree. And we're going to get into that. Okay. Whoops. I don't know why my screen just froze a second. Hold on, everyone. Okay, we are back. So, with all these different types of relationships, right? And those are just the three main ones. When you go to a restaurant and you decide to order a hamburger and fries, the server waiting at your table, probably not family, unless you're going to a family restaurant, your family's restaurant, probably isn't a friend unless you know them very well. And they are an acquaintance, but they're a specific type of acquaintance. They are servers. They are a server acquaintance. Okay, so let's get back to the meat and potatoes of this. The 3 rules to becoming and recognizing a friend. We want to be friends to make friends. And the standards that we create for ourselves on friendship will help us guide and narrow down the people in our lives who can be good friends for us. This word is reciprocal, another big word, reciprocal. That what you put in comes back to you. The other party, the other person is also putting in effort and gaining what you're putting in. You're sharing or gaining from each other. Okay, so the 3 rules to becoming and recognizing a friend are, ready? Very simple, but harder to put into practice than we think. Okay, 1, be honest. 2, be fair. 3, be kind. Remember how at the start of our presentation, I talked about our little book here? It's story time, and we're going to look at what Mr. Leaf has to say about being honest. Okay. Now, I'm not going to read the entire book or every single page. I'm just picking out the parts that make sense to what we need to discuss today. Honest people tell the truth. We have a nice big red capital H to start off the word honest, and we have our little stick figures waving hello to us. They are acquaintances that want to become our friends. So honest people tell the truth. Other people know that when they say something is so, they can believe it. When you say something is one way, when you make a promise, can other people trust you or believe you? Have you ever considered that being a part of honesty? Our trustworthiness being a part of honesty? Something to think about. He goes on to say that honesty is thus. All we have to do now is to remember that being honest is probably the most important rule of living a happy life. Let's think about that. Being honest is the most important rule to living a happy life. How come? Why would that be? If you agree with that statement, being honest is the most important rule to living a happy life. Type Y for yes, N for no. For our acquaintances and friends who are watching at a later date and watching this video, just ask yourself, is that important? Yes or no? Mr. Monroe believes that because in a way, everything else we do depends on it. If we aren't honest, we really aren't ourselves to others. And if we aren't ourselves, we certainly can't make friends and be happy. So being honest, what do we think? Being honest benefits other people because they can trust us, but most importantly, it benefits our own selves because we know who we are and we can feel comfortable in our own selves. Now, does being honest mean you can be blunt and rude? Think about that. Does being honest with yourself and others mean you can be blunt and rude? If you think yes, type Y. If you think no, type N. Those at home at a later date, consider that question. Does being honest mean you can be blunt or rude to other people? Let's move forward. All right, so being honest means telling the truth, so no lying. Being honest means stop gossiping. What is gossip? What is gossip? You might hear the word but not know what it means. Consider gossip. Gossip is when other people are talking about someone else. Chitter, chatter, chitter, chatter, chitter, chatter. But that other person is not around to hear what they are saying. So it might be true, but chances are it is not. And if that other person is not there to hear people talking about them, it's probably a good idea to not talk about them, because that is being truthful to the other person's ability to share. If you stop gossip or walk away from gossip or do not gossip about other people, you're being trustworthy, right? That's that honest element that people can believe what you say. Which goes into keep your promises. If you are honest, you keep your promises. Sometimes things happen out of our control. Like, let's say you're playing a game of football in the neighborhood with your friends, or let's say you wanted to have a barbecue with some friends. Okay, guys, I promise we'll have it tomorrow. We'll have our game tomorrow. We'll barbecue tomorrow. But then the next day there's a thunderstorm right when you were going to do it. That was out of your control. You did not break your promise. An honest person, though, recognizes what they said they would do and reschedules the event, right? Which flows into say what you mean and mean what you say. Let's do that again, because there's a lot of means in there. Ready? Let's break it down. Say what you mean. So that first part is talking about tap into your emotions. When we're chit-chatting and talking with people or in the thick of things, sometimes our emotions, they can bubble up, whether they're good or bad, or our minds go faster than what we intend, than what we can speak. And so that sometimes makes our language slip up or stumble, or we don't exactly say what we intend to say. So to be honest with others means you have to be honest with yourself and check in with your emotions and your thoughts, even during conversation. And I like the 3-second rule. If someone asks me a question or we're in deep conversation and someone says something that makes me react emotionally or mentally, I take 3 seconds and I process. What did that person really say? How come I'm feeling this way? What can I say to help us reconnect? All right. So it forces me to use the right words. An example. I ask my husband to wash the dishes. Like, hey, honey, he asked me, how can I help you around the house today? And I say, there's a sink full of dishes. Can you please wash the dishes? I go out and run some errands. I come back and the dishes are still there. And so I am frustrated. I see him and he says, oh, I totally forgot about the dishes. Now, that could make me react, and I have every right to be annoyed. Our feelings are always valid. However, I shouldn't let my annoyance, my frustration, get in the way of what I mean to say. So instead, I could want to say, you never help me around the house. Is that true? No, that is not true. What I mean to say is, I'm frustrated that I asked for help with that task and it was not completed. And that creates conversation and it helps us simmer down the emotions. So say what you mean. Find the language that matches what you're feeling and thinking. Second part, mean what you say. If you say, I am going to make my bed and put away the laundry by the end of the day today, and you tell that to your mom, you tell that to your dad, you know, whoever you say it to, even if you only say it to yourself, stick to it. Mean what you say. And lastly, being honest, do not steal or take credit away from others. I think we all know what it means not to steal, right? We don't, just because you want a candy bar doesn't mean you can go to the store and grab a candy bar without paying for it. That's stealing. That's being dishonest. But taking credit away from others, that goes into cheating territory. Now, we know at school, if you're taking a test, you're not going to be asking your neighbor, hey, what's the answer, right? Because that's cheating. That's being dishonest. But other forms that we might not realize as being dishonest is, let's say there's a group project. You all worked really hard on this group project and you presented it. And the teacher says, well done, everyone. Good job. You all get an A. Great job. Who was the team leader? If everyone really put in their best effort and you said, I did it all, I was the one who did everything, that's stealing from everybody else's input, right? Or if you're playing a game and acting like you're the best one in the game, that's taking credit away from others. That's being dishonest about yourself and stealing from everybody's capabilities. So being honest has a lot more to it than just not lying. All right, now let's go to be fair. Again, story time. Are we ready? Friendly people. All right, we have a nice big uppercase bolded F. And again, here are our stick figures waving at each other. They're being friendly. Friendly people find it easy to be fair. I wonder why that is. Pause from the book. Let's consider why friendly people find it easy to be fair. Well, let's think about what the word fair means before we answer that question. And I think Mr. Leaf is going to provide us with a definition of fair. Being friendly and being fair both come from, ready? Believing that other people have just as much right to be alive and happy as we have. Have you ever considered that as fair? Let's say it one more time. Being fair comes from believing that other people have just as much right to be alive and happy as we have. So fairness means that everyone has equal opportunity to be happy and equal opportunity to be comfortable, right? That's bringing us back to the definition of friendship. Equal opportunity to be happy and comfortable in any setting at any time. That is fairness. So friendly people go out of their way to ensure that each person they are connecting with feels happy or has the opportunity to feel happy and the opportunity to feel comfortable. An important part of friendship or any relationship is realizing that you cannot control anybody else's emotions. You can only control your own. But by creating a space where people can feel comfortable if they want and can feel happy if they want, that is being friendly and fair. Okay, so how do we practice this? Mr. Leaf says, here we have a nice bolded capital I in red. A little stick figure is fishing off of the I. We have a house. So he's going to give us a clue. In your own home is a good place to begin every day by being fair. Our mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers make wonderful friends if we treat them fairly and do our share to make home a happy place for everyone there. Think about your home life. What are you doing to show fairness and honesty to the people you live with? Don't share that with us right now, but just think in your mind, what are you doing to make your home life and your school life fair and an honest place for others? Here's a little secret that Mr. Leaf is going to share. Looks like there's a little, I don't know if that's a person in the middle or a little pig, and it's surrounded by a bunch of toys. And the big bold capital R with a bird and a little bird's nest inside of it. Remember, the secret of fairness is sharing. There's your secret, share. Selfish people who won't share with others find themselves left alone and unhappy no matter what they own that could be fun. Remember how I said earlier that when you are a friend, you cannot control other people's emotions. You can only control your own. That's what fairness is talking about. You manage your own emotions by creating an environment where everyone can share in the fun. That you're not only thinking of yourself, you're thinking about how the other person might be feeling at this exact moment. So on the slide here, I have be fair. That means share the conversation or activity. Don't talk about yourself the whole time. Ask questions. Find out what the other person would like to do or learn more about the other individual. When we learn about each other, we grow from acquaintance to friend. Compromise. Do you know what that word means? Yes or no? Let me check in the chats really quick. Okay. Zach says yes, he does. Okay. And Donnie does not like football. That's okay. I don't like American football either. All right, we're going to go back to our slide. Okay. Compromise means to find an equal solution. I want to have ice cream for dessert. So does my sister. Great. But she only wants strawberry and I only want vanilla. How can we resolve this, right? We only have enough money to buy one tub of ice cream. How can we resolve this problem? She wants strawberry, and that's fine. She has every right to enjoy strawberry. I only want vanilla. That's fine. I have every right to want vanilla. But we only have enough space and time and money to buy one little pint of ice cream. What can we do? Well, we can both say, all right, I'll step away from vanilla. Sister, you'll step away from strawberry. What's a flavor we both agree on? What is something we agree on? And we both agree on chocolate. So you will find many opportunities for compromise in school, at home, in all sorts of other, actually any interaction with anybody else, there's always an opportunity for compromise. When you're fair, you actively listen. You actively listen. Active listening means listening to understand instead of trying to prove a point. Let's say that again. Active listening means listening to understand instead of trying to prove a point. Do you sometimes, and just consider, we're not sharing in the chat, just think about this. Do you sometimes get in a conversation with someone and only listen so that you can talk and express yourself rather than listening to see their point of view? Do you know someone in your life that feels like they're not really good listeners? They always talk about themselves, or when we are talking together, they bring the conversation back to them. They don't seem to want to know more about me. That is inactive listening. Active listening means we might not agree, and I might not agree with what I'm hearing, or maybe I do agree with what I'm hearing, but I want to know more about the person who's talking rather than bring the spotlight back on myself. When you're fair, you're a gracious winner and loser. It's easy to get excited when you win, but you don't want to be gloating or rubbing it in other people's faces. You say, good game or good try. Hoy, oh, I really liked how you did that move. And if you lose, if you tried your best, then you can be proud. You could be, if you're honest with how you did in any game, then you should feel proud about the results and say, hey, good job. We'll play next time. Expand the circle. When you are fair, you expand the circle. That means there is room for everyone. Sometimes it's a little awkward when you go to a house or a school and a classroom, or going to your friend's house, and you expect to see just the people you normally meet there and talk with just the people you normally talk with. And suddenly there are people that you've never met before, or that you've only interacted with every once in a while. That can be a little scary. And it's okay to be scared about that. But it doesn't mean that the people that invited you don't want to spend time with you. They're just saying, I like you and I like these people. I think you guys will be good friends too. And then we can all be friends together. Let's talk about what to do when you're nervous in an expanding circle situation, an expanding circle of friendship, let's say. If you're meeting people for the first time, speak clearly and smile. Say, hi, my name is, and give your name. What is yours? Now, I tend to be forgetful with names, so I tell people that up front. I say, hi, my name is Corina. It's nice to meet you. Please tell me your name. They tell me their name, and I say, oh. Now I try to latch on to something that I like about their name. Say, oh, that's a great name, or it reminds me of my uncle, or whatever. Please forgive me if I don't remember your name later on. I remember voices or faces pretty well, but I have a tough time with names. Most everyone reacts really well to that. And it's okay to, last bullet, admit our weaknesses. When we're fair, we admit our weaknesses and recognize our mistakes, that they are learning opportunities. Just going back to a couple more tips of expanding the circle and mistakes that happen when we meet people and we're introduced to people, or people are introduced to us. No one expects you to be perfect. And that's what friendship is all about. Introduce yourself, try and ask questions to learn more about the other person, and just be gracious. That gracious winner idea, laugh and have fun with yourself. Take the pressure off. When you allow yourself to stumble or make little faux pas, you're being fair with yourself. And that gives people the permission to be fair with you. Lastly, our very last one, be kind. And that is our final theme to being a good friend. When you are kind, do push-ups. Now, when you think push-ups, you might think the physical fitness aspect, when you're planking on the ground and you're pushing your arms against the ground so you can lift yourself up. I don't mean that kind of push-up. I mean, give people push-ups instead of push-downs. The language that we use, we want it to uplift other people. It's okay to criticize someone. It's okay to correct mistakes. It's never okay to make someone feel bad. It's never okay to make someone feel dumb. For example, let's say you are let's say you are, I just lost my train of thought. See, there we go. Mistake. And I'm trying to be a friend with you. We'll laugh it off. Woo. Okay. So let's say you are brushing your teeth and you're there. You had a sleepover with some friends. Everyone's brushing their teeth, right? The next morning, we're brushing our teeth. And maybe someone accidentally spilled the cup of water around the sink, right? And they didn't notice it, but there's a mess. And you don't want to clean it up because that has somebody else's mouth germs. You don't want to touch that. One way you could say this, the not okay way, the push down way is, hey, you made a mess, pick it up. Did you hear how my tone got aggressive? And I was using commanding language? That makes the other person feel bad and defensive. It could start an argument. So let's try it another way. Oh, hey, excuse me, you accidentally spilled some water. Would you mind cleaning it up? I have some paper towels here for you. Did you hear how my tone was gentler? And I offered something to help the individual. In both cases, I alerted the individual to whatever needed to be corrected. But one way invited compromise and collaboration, and the other built walls and made a person feel down. Make sure your push-ups are always sincere. Don't tell someone, don't lie, you got to be honest. Don't tell someone their hair looks great or that they're really funny when they aren't. But look for ways to build people up. Look for other aspects of their personality that make them want to connect more with you. All right, when we're kind, we use polite language and good manners. We use thank you. When we pick up the phone, we don't just say, hey, we just say, hi, this is Corina, so that the other person on the other line knows that they reached the person they meant to. At the end of the conversation, whether it's on the phone or in person, you say bye in some sort of way. Thanks for talking with me. I'll chat with you later. I'll see you next time, right? We use good manners to keep people interested in wanting to keep talking with us. When you're kind, you help people learn about you. Sometimes when we have vision or hearing or other impairments or different abilities from the norm, it can be a little nerve-wracking to bring that up with people that we just meet or are developing a friendship with. But you will learn who to trust. And sometimes, like I have a hearing impairment. So when I'm talking with people, just like I say, hey, I have a hard time with names, I say, oh, I want to let you know that I'm hearing impaired. If I ask you to please speak up or speak a little more slowly, please understand that I need that support. I just need that support. If you present it in a way that's asking for kindness and support, people are always willing to give it. When you're kind, you're willing to learn about others. Do not judge. You don't know what they've been through. But lastly, kindness is not weakness. You have boundaries. Do not allow people to put push downs on you or use impolite language or poor manners with you. You know, kindness sometimes says, I like spending time with you, but right now things are a little rough or I'm feeling hurt. We can get back together. We can play again when you are ready to treat me politely or treat me fairly, right? It's all about boundaries. So we're at the end of our presentation. I just want to say thank you to everyone. I hope you have a great day And I hope that you are more comfortable now in becoming and recognizing friends.
Thank you so much, Corinna. That was fabulous. I am going to look to see who else could be made my friend as I go through my day. Make some new friends. If you are going to join us tomorrow, tomorrow is up, up, and away again. If you enjoyed our session about learning how to travel on an airplane, stay tuned. We got more information. That's tomorrow. And then on Thursday, we have making music with things around you. And if you enjoyed other sessions with Amelia and wonderful music, we know you'll enjoy Thursday. So again, thank you, Corinna. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Captions. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye all.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you.